Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. And we have some New Jersey tea to go through. I also want to clear something up yesterday because now I spoke to somebody and then I reconfirmed with somebody who is in the vicinity of the Real Housewives of New Jersey cast. We have a lot to clear up. We have season 14 tea, but also some false information out there. So we're going to get down to the bottom of it. Before we do, I wanted to remind you guys that tonight, Jason and Josh will be going live for Anchor Watch, and that's going to be at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. So I will pin that there. Make sure you join us, but let's get into this. Do all the YouTube things, hit the like button, get subscribed. Let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So one thing that I wanted to clear up really quick was the whole Danielle Cabral of it all. So originally we heard that Danielle Cabral had her show, her fashion show for New York Fashion Week for her Bougie Kids line, and that she did not invite any of the other ladies except for Melissa Gorga. That she had extra tickets, but she didn't want to give them to them, and that she also didn't want to buy or spend the money on other tickets. Well, at the end of the day, if they really wanted to come support, they would have just bought the tickets anyways. It's not like it's a crazy amount of money to buy one of these tickets, especially for these ladies who are making an enormous salary, right? Okay, so with that aside, she actually didn't just invite Melissa Gorga. She invited Rachel Fuda, who I had another person come and show me the fact that Rachel Fuda posted on her Instagram stories that she was invited and she's so sorry, but she had a previous commitment to a family gathering, and that was the reason she wasn't able to show up and support her friend. So that's debunking one thing that was already put out there that was not true. Now, there's more, and we're going to get to all of it. Here we go. It's a lot. So just going through the main points. The new girls, Tiffany and Kayla, those were Danielle's friends. Well, still are. Danielle and Rachel were the first to be filmed this season, and they made peace, and Danielle is staying at Rachel's shore house. That was for the first trip to the Jersey Shore. Producers, this is what the general consensus is that producers are using Danielle as the buffer between Melissa and Teresa, and they want to focus more on the dynamic between Rachel and Danielle as they want to move away from the family drama. That I completely believe because Teresa is absolutely refusing to film with Melissa Gorga. Now, we've heard that Melissa and Joe are willing to film with Teresa, and I'm sure that there are some requests if they're going to do this, but Teresa's saying no. She's sticking to her guns, just like she said at the reunion. That chapter is closed. But wait, so we know that Pauly and John Fuda got into it over Louis Ruelas, but Pauly is really close to Louis and felt disrespected by Fuda, and he and Dolores left early. That was in the very beginning stages of filming. And the picture of Teresa and Jen outside on the phone was them calling Dolores to find out what happened, because they left early and they wanted to know what went down, what happened, what could possibly be the problem between Pauly and John Fuda. I'm sure Dolores gave them the rundown. But from there was a picture of Teresa and Jen, okay? And another thing where Teresa didn't acknowledge Melissa and said she did say hello to Marge, but Marge was cold to Teresa and did not care. Do I believe that? Well, I think at this point, they know that there's other women to film with. So why are they going to do that? Oh, hi, how are you? And then know that you could potentially just go completely rip her apart and then go on something like the reunion and call her an old lady and say that she doesn't fit in with this group, you old hag. Just being fair, just being fair. Teresa got into it with the Fudas at the Fesslers party, and they went in on each other. And I'm not surprised by that, because if you guys don't remember, there was a platform that was given to John Fuda's ex, where she completely ripped apart John, put out some wild accusations, allegations, and also some very disgusting ones. And I think that the Fudas might have thought that Louis could be behind this based off of what happened at the reunion last season. So from there, I mean, this just keeps going. They said that everybody was surprised when Teresa showed up without Louis, even the men, but Louis went to Florida with his son, so that was the reason that he wasn't at that specific filming event. The producers decided who arrives in which order, and it was the Gorgas first, and Teresa arrived last to this event. But if you guys don't know, this is kind of how it goes. They all have call times, and sometimes you don't necessarily know what you're walking into or who's going to be there. It's producers don't tell you everything. They'll just tell you, hey, this is your call time. So for the Gorgas, we need you to be at this party at 8 o'clock. For Teresa, we need you to be at this party at 8:45. Teresa might not know the Gorgas are there. The Gorgas might not know that Teresa's there, but lo and behold, you get in there, you get comfortable, you start having a couple cocktails, you think you're having a great time, and then boom, all of a sudden, here comes your sister or your sister-in-law. She's walking in and you're like, here we go. Here we go. Let's play the game. Yeah. At the shore, Danielle was throwing a party for Nate, and this time Louis showed up and didn't acknowledge the Gorgas or anyone else. Same with Teresa. She didn't even look their way, and Teresa did not speak to Rachel or Margaret at all during this party. Teresa spent time getting to know the new girls and spent most of her time talking to them, which would be Tiffany and Kayla. Those are Danielle's friends. Jen, Dolores, Rachel, and Marge had an intense chat, and this was also seen by third parties who took photos of this. But when Louis arrived, Joe Gorga moved all of the men to the bar to purposely exclude Louis. Do I believe that? Yes. They don't like him. The only one who likes him is Paulie. Paulie and Dolores have been able to play Switzerland and remain Switzerland throughout all of this. And I don't think it's because they're trying to play a strategic game for TV. I think that they're genuinely like, when we go out with Teresa and Louis, we have a great time. When we go out with the other couples, we have a great time. We're adults, and you guys are not going to make us choose between you and them, and you guys are not going to make us choose between them and you. But that's also called being adults. Oh, but wait, it keeps going. Danielle was seen talking to Teresa and then going back to Marge and reporting everything that was going on. So she, like they said in the very beginning, was the buffer. And that I do believe. But also there was a beef, some sort of beef between Margaret and Jackie. And this has been called kind of ridiculous based off of what they're fighting about. Jackie and Marge were apparently fighting over Jackie's book because Marge is telling everyone that she was the one who helped get Jackie her book deal, and Jackie disagrees. Jackie also did not want to have anyone read the book beforehand. However, she gave a copy of the book to Jen Fessler, and Margaret felt offended by this. Now, this is not that deep of a beef. This sounds like sort of a storyline to me, but Jackie apparently is trying to be good to everyone, and Jackie feels like Marge and Melissa treated her differently when she was demoted. So being on only their side is not beneficial for her, and that's why she eventually made peace with Teresa. So this dynamic, I'm guessing, is out. Oh, okay. Now, and thank you to all of our amazing content creators, especially Bywig Hello Drama, because I love the spoilers. Joe Gorga has been going on and on about Teresa and his interviews and confessionals, and that's what production is apparently leaking. And apparently Joe is trying to change the narrative by telling everyone that he will never be good with Teresa and Louis because Louis disrespected his wife at the finale. But as stated before, Teresa and Louis has played him. That's what he thinks, and they're not giving him any attention, and they want nothing to do with him anyway. So bringing this up now, they feel like is just a tactic. Melissa and Joe have talked about Teresa quite a bit in their individual solo scenes, and Teresa has not done the same. Even production is shook by how much Teresa is not fighting with the Gorgas. She doesn't even rarely speak about them. She doesn't talk about them. She feels like she's so over Joe. And production and even the cast are hoping that they eventually talk, so there might be a way to set this up. But Marge is still pissed about the alleged phone call to her son, and Teresa is pissed that Marge keeps bringing it up and cannot stand Marge. That's probably why Marge walked away. Now, miscellaneous tea that they said is no tea on Jen Fessler or Marge because it's probably not that big of a deal. Jen Fessler and Danielle may be headed toward a feud. Some people were saying that Danielle was jealous that Jen Fessler might be getting promoted, and I don't know if I believe that. Melissa and Jennifer Aiden have spoken, and Danielle is still good with everyone, but has especially gotten closer to Rachel Fuda and Melissa. Jen and Teresa don't care about this, though. Dolores and Jackie are also not in the best place, and the next group event is Thursday, hosted by one of the newbies. Wow. You can't write this. Like, I know sometimes when we come on and we talk about the spoilers, I know that it's like, Oh, well, thank you, Adam. I see comments sometimes. They're like, thank you, Adam. Now we don't need to watch the show. That's not true. This is sort of like giving you teasers before you actually get the trailer, which is the same thing when you see the people fighting. And then you're like, oh my God, how did we get to this point? What is the context behind it? I feel like it's the exact same thing. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, there's spoilers coming out from, Up and Adam or By Wig Hello Drama or Real Housewives of New Jersey Obsessed or Bravo Breaking News or All About the Real Housewives or Page Six. Because of course these things are going to come out, but it's kind of giving you the Bravo drama for that specific franchise. But also I think it's intended to curate more interest for the upcoming season. So people are interested in watching to see, how did we get to that place? How did the dynamics shift so much? Sort of like how Ashley Darby just said in a recent interview that she was shocked this season on Real Housewives of Potomac that she thought the strong friendships that were there, they disintegrated. And the ones who really weren't friends to begin with ended up forging these new friendships. This is just how it goes. But comment below. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, get subscribed, and also go to the comment section, click on the link for Anchor Watch tonight with Jason and Josh. I love you guys, and we'll see you